Today I just wanted to chat about the CRE bacteria. I did make a video which I posted on YouTube in May, 13th of May last year, 2021. I, however, feel that this information did not get through, and I am now posting another video just sort of based on the same as what I did to YouTube, although it's a new video. Most of you would know that my husband was hospitalized in, I believe it was the beginning of March 2017, after he had some loss of sensation in his feet for further tests. At the end of April 2017, he was left paraplegic after a procedure on his spine where a professor punctured an artery. But anyway, this is besides the point. Before I believe it was before, my mind is still very confused about time frames and when what happened. Obviously, it came as a huge shock to myself and the rest of my family. So I'm not 100% sure, but I believe it was before he was left paraplegic that he was diagnosed with the CRE bacteria. Anyway, the CRE bacteria is a bacteria that is prevalent in hospitals particularly, and this is not only hospitals in South Africa, it is hospitals worldwide. It is a bacteria that is highly contagious, spread very easily, and a bacteria that we are told that the medical fraternity can do nothing about. Now, we were called in as a family after my husband's paraplegia to discuss his paraplegic situation as well as the CRE bacteria. What was explained to us at the time is that the CRE bacteria is in the gut, but if it should somehow get into the bloodstream, it could be deadly, and that it was a serious problem. We were also told in no uncertain terms that this bacteria is a superbug and cannot be treated with any pharmaceutical antibiotics, and that basically it is just left. There seems to be no cure for this bacteria. So during the meeting, which was a lot of different professors and doctors, and that was held at my husband's bedside, there were dietitians and physiotherapists and neurologists and neurosurgeons, etc., etc. So I had the audacity to ask them if colloidal silver could possibly help resolve the issues with the CRE bacteria. Needless to say that these medical experts laughed at me, and the reaction was not very forthcoming or very positive from their side. Anyway, we decided, or myself and family members decided, that we would sneak in colloidal silver. Unfortunately, natural meds or anything is, except for food stuff and water or cool drinks, cannot be taken into the hospital and is not allowed for the patients. So because colloidal silver is firstly clear, it looks like water, so we sneaked the bottles of colloidal silver into the hospital in normal water bottles where packaged water is normally sold in. So nothing would be visible to the staff that we were actually taking something different than water. Anyway, my husband was on the colloidal silver for some time. It was not just a week or two, it was quite a bit later. And or longer that this took. But eventually, after testing positive, which the tests were done, I believe, sort of on a weekly basis for the CRE bacteria, he was eventually tested free of the bacteria. Now, we did not, like I say, the doctors was not forthcoming with any kind of treatment for the CRE, and nothing else was added to effect in this regard besides the colloidal silver. So I'm of the opinion that the colloidal silver actually got rid of this bacteria. As I said, he was then tested free of the bacteria. He was, after 3 months in hospital, he was transferred to a rehabilitation hospital. And I know that the rehabilitation center or the hospital did not want to take him in due to the CRE bacteria, as they said that they were fearful that this bacteria would spread throughout the rest of their hospital, and they really didn't want him in the rehabilitation center or hospital. But anyway, I think due to some strings that were pulled, not by us as a family, we hold no special powers, but I think from the hospital itself, he was eventually allowed into the rehabilitation hospital, which he spent another 3 months. Now, I just want to make it very clear, speaking of the CRE, while my husband was in hospital, that this bacteria is so contagious that you are put into isolation. Those that are allowed to visit you, for instance, family members, we had to do the face masks, the caps, the bibs, the gloves, everything before we were allowed to go into his presence. And then obviously before you went out of the room, or I can't call it a ward because it's just a hospital room. They had special bins where whatever you had on as protective gear against this bacteria, that everything could be discarded over there. So it really is a serious problem. I know that they also, they wouldn't allow smaller children or elderly people, such as my mother-in-law. Now, I consider myself elderly. But anyway, the very elderly were not allowed to go and see my husband after he was diagnosed with CRE, as they feel that the very young or the very old are more susceptible, excuse me, to this bacteria, and not only more susceptible, but that more at risk for also succumbing to the bacteria. So it is a very serious issue, and all I want to say is that for anybody who's faced with somebody in hospital or anywhere that is diagnosed with the CRE bacteria, please at least give the colloidal silver a chance to see if it works for you. As I say, I am confident. I can't prove it, but as I say, as nothing else was offered, no help or a possible cure, I am fairly confident that it was the colloidal silver that actually brought about the healing and destroyed this CRE bacteria. But I have no other facts to substantiate this, but or my claims. But anyway, please keep me also posted on this. If you have anybody that is diagnosed with CRE bacteria, if you find the same, as I say, don't expect healing in a week or two. or anything like that. It did take several months, but definitely before my husband was discharged from the rehabilitation center, he did test clear of the CRE on numerous occasions. So definitely something happened, whatever this may have been. Anyway, I hope that this video is useful to others who find themselves in the same predicament as what we did, and that the possibility exists of help that is forthcoming as far as that is concerned. You all have a lovely day, lots of blessings, keep well, bye.